Hello.
Here we go. It's my time to rise. It's my time to shine. It's my time to live. It's my
Story time. Hey, G. What's up, G? How you doing? I got somebody else on Queens tonight. Woo, woo, woo. Hey, hey. I am so excited. It's story time, y'all. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Let me let some people know we up in here tonight. Oh yeah.
And won't let nothing hold me down. Gotta do it.
It's gonna get real up in here, y'all.
If I want it, I can have it. I believe it. Done with falling, done with losing. I can do it. I think I'll tell myself again. I can do it. Yeah. And I'm not gonna stop till I win. 'Cause it's my time to rise. It's my time to shine. It's my time to live.
All right, y'all. Let's go. It's story time. Hey, Fern. What's up, ladies? Send a request. Hey. Story time.
She's a diva, yeah. She's a diva full of drama.
It's your time to shine.
Hearing things that people say and got you twisted. So much fiction, not
Let
much
me send
fact.
you.
Got you twisted. And ain't nobody. See, my moment has now arrived. And I won't let it pass me by.
Woo.
It's my time to ride.
There you go. There you go.
Hey. Oh, I got the
think
thing
you gotta
turned
turn
around.
the
Hold
camera
on.
Turn around. It's
There we go.
story time.
Sorry
Your
about
time
that.
to shine. No problem. Hey,
I'm trying to find you on my second channel.
on where?
On Sweetheart 10. I'm trying to find you.
What
Your
is that?
name is all together, right?
Is that on? Hold on, let me cut my music on. Is that on Instagram?
Yeah, it's on Instagram, yeah.
Hey, 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 hey. How
Let
you
me
doing,
let me
Miss
go out into my other channel. I don't know why I can't find you. Hey everybody.
You're going. Oh, you're on two devices.
Let me know how you want it to run. You tell me.
You're on two devices. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me just first start by saying good evening. Thank you so much for joining Story Time. I will send a message out and let some people know
You're
we're in
breaking
the
up
room.
for me.
Am I breaking up? I'm not clear to you?
For me.
Can y'all hear me okay? Somebody type and let me know if you can hear me okay. Regina, let me know if you can hear me okay. Let me know if we're coming in loud and clear, because you sound loud and clear to me.
Me? I sound loud?
Yes, and yes. Okay, so you hear me loud and clear. Thank you. That's what I needed to know. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited. I'm so excited tonight to bring you another episode of Storytime. Storytime is designed to allow people the opportunity to get their time to shine. It's a time to allow people to tell their testimony, to tell their story, and to do whatever it is. And this young lady I have tonight, Miss Fern, it's amazing because we found out that we both from Jamaica, Queens. You know, we lived in other parts of New York, but we both have lived in Queens, New York, and I thought that was really cool. And we met here on Instagram. Let me tell you a little bit about this young lady and why she has such a testimony. From what I read on her, this young lady had lost her mom at childbirth. You know, she was adopted at 3 weeks old. She caught rheumatic fever at 4 years old. She had a stroke at 9 years old. Then she was diagnosed with lupus in 2012, and then turned around in 2022 and contracted COVID-19. So I want to, and not only that, but I know somewhere in there you lost your husband also, you know, and there was some other things that happened with relocating and everything. So what I'm saying to you guys is, what I'm getting ready to do is introduce you to somebody who has definitely survived. She's overcome some obstacles, and she's getting ready to share with you how you can do that too. And she gives us life. She gives us energy out here on Instagram. And I want you to help me welcome Miss Vern McInnes. I'm going to introduce to some and present to others. Vern, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. You're breaking up from me. I might have to go out and come back in because it's choppy. Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. And I asked a couple people if they could hear me. They said I was clear to them. So if you need to go out and come back in, go right ahead.
Yeah, let me go out and come back in. Let's see.
Okay.
Let me request.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to know that we have some lineup coming up with story times. Hey, Queen on the Rolling Stone. Am I clear to you, Queen? Because I want to make sure it's not me on my side. All right? I want to make sure it's not me on my side. I want to make sure that I'm clear. I'm excited to have Vern come on in here and just tell us a little bit about her testimony. Okay, both of us are clear. Okay, that's what I needed to hear. They said both of us are clear. Am I clear?
Choppy?
Now? No, they said both of us are clear.
Really? Yes, it's choppy to me. Let's see.
Yeah, but to the audience, they said it's real clear. So you can't hear me speaking?
You know what? I'm wondering if I have to put in headphones. Because sometimes, you have to put in headphones.
Okay. So
I got two pairs.
So while you're putting in your headphones, tell the people who have never followed you before, that know nothing about you, who is Vern? And we're going to talk about the Instagram name you have, which is Vern Junk Closet. I want to know how you got to that point. But before we get to Vern Junk Closet, let's talk about that little girl. Who was that little girl that we heard about that lost her mom at childbirth?
So how I got to Vern's Junk Closet is because I was adopted at birth. Let me put these in so I can hear you. Sorry about that, guy. Okay, that doesn't want to work. What's going on? Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been on the internet, you know there's always going to be something technical that goes on. So just bear with me.
That's better.
All right.
That's much better.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So tell us about Vern, the little girl. Who was Vern, the little girl?
Who was I as a little girl? Growing up in Queens, New York, okay? Very strict parents. Couldn't go out of the gate till I was like 16 years old. Couldn't go sleep over at friend's house. My mama did not allow that. My dad was military, so it was a very strict upbringing. Little Rock, Arkansas, I tell you right there. Wow. And Birmingham, Alabama, you know what kind of parents those were.
Wow.
My mom was a retired nurse, so that they are my adopted parents, but they are my parents. They're the only parents I know.
That's right.
I was adopted at birth because my birth mom died giving birth to me. So that is another issue that I'm, struggling with in life still till this day. But other than that, I had a great upbringing, never wanted for anything. Didn't know, coming from Queens, that I had movie stars for neighbors. They would come to my house. I didn't know. I just thought they were my mom and dad friends. Miss Horn, Mr. James Brown. I just knew them as Mr. and Mrs. But as I got older, I was like, wait a minute. They used to come to my house.
And who was that?
Yeah, I had a great upbringing.
Who was that? Who was your neighbors?
James Brown, Lena Horn, Brooke Benton,
wow.
Illinois Jaquette. All of them, yeah. I grew up right there in St. Albans. We did a mural when I was a little girl. I was about 14. I did a mural and helped paint the wall. It's still up to this day. It's very nice. Wow. But, I had a great upbringing. Never really wanted. Grew up with, again, Salt and Pepper, LL Cool J, all of them right there in Queens, St. Albans, Hollis, Jamaica. And it was awesome. I mean, that's one thing I can say. I'm thankful for my parents.
Yes. So let me ask you this. So, and then when did they tell you that you were adopted?
I'm sorry. That's really hard because my dad is 92. And to this day, he's never said you're adopted. He's never said those words to me. But my mom told me when I was about 20, 21, I was married. I was out the house. I never knew I was adopted until I was an adult with children.
So you were loved.
Never had a
You never
clue.
felt it, and you felt love. They made you feel like you were their very own, and so that's good. So if there's someone who
Yeah.
goes back and plays this, and they feel like they're missing something because they're being raised by adoptive family, you are one that can tell them it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because
Mm-mm.
it's all about how they make you feel. You know, we can't get
Mm-hmm.
stuck. You can't get stuck in wondering what happened or feeling guilty about what happened. And did you go through that?
Yeah.
You said that's a rough one for you. And I definitely want you to be able to hear some other people, but I don't want to, this is unscripted. So if I go in an area
Mm-hmm.
that's touchy and sentimental and you don't want me to go there, just tell me. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
tell me, Crystal, I don't really want to touch on that because that's hard, or that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that I admire your strength because having to
Thank
lose a
you.
parent and then having a stroke at 9, I mean, did you know you were having a stroke? How did that happen?
So when I was about 4, I had rheumatic fever. Some of you guys probably don't even know what that is, but it's a really, really high fever where you basically could die. And my temperature was so high that back in the day, don't come for me, but back in the day, the thermometers were mercury.
Yes, 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 yes.
And I guess my temperature was so high that it broke the thermometer.
Wow.
And they had to put me in a tub of ice because my temperature was that high that I lost every piece of hair on my body from toes to my head.
Wow.
And I remember at 5 years old going to school with a wig on because I didn't have any hair. I had an afro. So going through the rheumatic fever, was traumatizing as a child.
Yes.
I'm 5 years old going to school. I don't know I have a wig on, until the other kids tell me, because at 4, you're with your parents. You don't know.
That's
So
right.
when I got about 9 years old, I remember having to take medicine. I'm like, why do I have to take medicine? And it was like, because you have a heart murmur and that, this medicine is going to help you. So I'm like, well, I hope I don't have to do this forever. And they was like, well, you might grow out of it. You might not. So one day I was getting ready to go to school, and I just felt strange. And I told my mom, and she said, come here. And when I went to her, she was like, oh, my God, she rushed me to the hospital. And I had a stroke. Like, my face was twisted, everything. Like, I had a stroke. And the doctor said that, that's part of the rheumatic fever.
Wow.
Even though I was like 9 years old. Yeah.
Yes, because that's what I was going to say. You don't hear about children having a stroke too much, do you? I don't hear that often. So parents, if your child comes to you and they give you any kind of symptoms that they're having that don't seem right, don't try to figure it out. Just take them to the hospital because anything is possible. So I'm just glad that they listened. And then you went on, and so you were diagnosed with lupus in 2012. How old were you then?
Child, I don't even know. So in 1991, my husband passed, and that's when I was living in Brooklyn with 4 babies under 5. So stressing out with all of that and, figuring out how am I going to live life, because I'm not thinking my husband's going to die. I'm thinking we're going to have a white picket fence and a house and all of this. So he died unexpectedly.
Wow, he wasn't sick?
So what they said was he was a mechanic and he worked with asbestos. So they think that that got into his blood somehow. Because back in the day, they didn't have to cover up like they do now. Black people, they would just go in people's house. Let me come to your house and fix it, and stuff like that. So they're thinking that he must have got nicked and he got the asbestos poison in his system.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. I know, and still give you the condolences for that. And so you overcame grief, sickness, being adopted, losing your parents, and yet you still have so much fire. You still have so much faith, and you still have so much enthusiasm about life. You are cheering others on. You are cheering others on. How did you get to that point? I mean, did you go through a period of depression? Did you go through a period of fear? I mean, did you go through moments? How did you get to where you are?
Of course, definitely went through all of that. Went through why me, of course, questioning God. And my answer from him was, why not you? That he said, they say God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. So, I had to realize, hey, I must have something that God is testing me through all of this, and it's a testimony for someone else. You know, it's not even about us. It's
Right.
about what we go through to show others that they can get through.
Wow.
That is the main thing. So, after my husband died and I decided I didn't want to live in Brooklyn, New York, I moved upstate New York. I'm still in New York. I'm just in upstate. And I don't know, I just had some kind of a revelation that life is worth living. It's more to this thing. I don't know at the moment, but there's more to this. So when I got here, I had $1,000 in my pocket and I had 4 kids, and I was like, on the Greyhound bus coming from the Port Authority.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw something. I'm telling you, I don't know what it was. It was some kind of a billboard on the highway, and it was lights, and all I could feel was, it's going to be okay. This is what you're supposed to do. And I always say it was God. I always say it was God. But when I got here, when I tell you things just started going well for me, never had to worry about anything.
Well, can I ask you something?
And
How old were your children when you did that? When you upped and left and you moved, you took everything. Did you get a moving truck, or did you start over?
nope. I took some suitcases and I said, we're getting out of here. Because after my husband died, the next year, there was a shooting, and it was right in front of my door in the projects. I lived in Tompkins Projects. If anybody know Brooklyn,
Wow.
right down the street from Jay-Z. Yeah.
Wow.
Hard Knock Life. That's so
Hard
true.
Knock Life. Wow.
And the shooting definitely put a fire in my butt, if I might say that.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely was like, I don't want my kids growing up here. And my husband wouldn't want my kids growing up here. And so after that, I just started to be like, you know what? I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. And I just kept that. I just kept that in my mind. And sometimes when you get a determination, nothing can stop you. Doesn't matter who it is. Nothing can stop you. And so that's what it was for me. It was like, I didn't want my kids to go to school in New York City, especially in Brooklyn. That was just my thing. That's my hang up. And my kids had a chance to be in the Jay-Z video, Hard Knock Life. And I said, no, I don't want my kids in no rap video. And I'm still glad I chose that. But he did do it at their school, at my oldest daughter's school.
Wow.
So she was her first year of junior high. So I don't know what's that about, 12, 11?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I think she turned 12 when we moved up here. So they were young. And when we got here, it was just,
But do you ever?
I had a fear that they weren't going to do well in school,
Uh-huh.
but they actually excelled.
Wow. So they
They
a lot
excelled.
of children, they resent when they move, and they don't want to leave their friends, and they're sad. So
Mhm.
they bounce right on back, and they got right on in.
Mhm.
Let me
Because I
ask
talked to them and I told them, I said, you know, we can't stay here. We need to, mommy wants better for you. This is not the life that, you know, your dad would want for you. So being a single mom, if I may say, I was a widow. I wasn't a single mom.
That's
But
right.
being a widow with children, people didn't understand that. Like, I remember I had to go to the welfare center because my husband died in March, and I didn't get Social Security or anything for him until July. I needed to survive, so, you know, I couldn't work. I had 4 kids. My husband wasn't. I had to do something, so, yeah, I had to go to welfare.
Yes.
And I remember going down there, and the welfare guy, whatever you call him, the worker goes, oh, you have 4 kids, so where's their father? I said,
And he said it
actually,
with attitude.
he said it, and he was black. He said it just like that. And I said, actually, their father's in heaven. When I tell you he picked up his face up off that floor, he picked his face up off the floor. Stop judging people.
Yes.
You don't know what's going on.
Yes.
You should have found out before you open your mouth.
Yes. Yes.
And I didn't feel anything. I wasn't like, ooh, got you. I just said, you know what? Where he at? He's in heaven. And he was like, yeah. See?
Wow.
Because you thinking, oh, a black woman with 4 kids,
Right.
4 baby daddies,
Right.
No, it wasn't like that.
Right.
So
I do agree. There are some people, and it's sad that they use the system, and people seem to come up with this picture that everybody who's on the system is milking the system. But there are some people
Exactly.
who use it as a stepping stone that are doing extremely
That's
well.
what it was.
They're doing extremely well, you know. And we should not judge one another because everybody's one paycheck away. And even if you're not getting a paycheck, you could be an entrepreneur and you could be getting a commission, you can be getting a paycheck, you can be getting somebody paying you a contract. You are one away. Because if God wants to reach you, He will make you fall so quick to wake you up. So be real careful about how you judge somebody else. Now,
and be humble.
You have to. Coming up in New York City, somebody asked, do you miss living in the city after moving to upstate New York? City life. Let's talk about city life. There are some people, hey, Dawn, hello, everybody who came through. There's some people who never experienced New York City life. They don't know about the subway.
Girl.
They don't know about the fast life. They don't know about the stores being open all night long and the yellow taxi cab. They don't know about that life.
Concrete jungle, baby.
But you know what? I wouldn't have had it no other way. I wouldn't have had it. It's a preparation for anywhere else. If you lived in New York City, you could survive just about anywhere else. You know, it just gives you a foundation. So when you got to upstate New York, was it different?
Oh, it's totally different. And the song, like Frank Sinatra says, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. That is so true, because you think and realize I lived in the projects, stinking, dirty, pissy elevators, people getting robbed left and right, people getting shot, people getting just everything. And I made it through that. Oh, this is a piece of cake, baby. This is nothing. This is nothing. So the only thing I miss about New York City, and I'm going to be honest, is like the Broadway plays.
Oh, yeah. Being
able to buy anything 24 hours a night, a TV, a refrigerator, or the car, anything you want.
Wow.
And the food. And the food, I miss the food, because the culture of the food in New York City, we don't have up here, because it's not a lot of that.
So you mean you can't go get a hot dog with some red onions and some sauerkraut on the street up in upstate New York? You mean you
can't even get a taxi?
Get a murder burger from White Castle in upstate New York?
There's no White Castle, and you can't get a taxi. I remember when I got here, they was like, what are you doing, man? Why are you on the street corner? They was like, I'm waiting for a taxi. So said, you have to call a taxi. I'm like, call a taxi?
Wow. Well, you know what?
And the buses?
Yes.
The buses don't run like they do in New York, like every 5 minutes. No, they're on a schedule, like 30 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes. Yeah, you have to wait. So if you miss that one bus, wherever you at, and they stop at like 12 midnight or 2 o'clock. That's like the latest.
Wow.
So wherever you at 4, you stuck.
So let me ask you this. So after everything you've been through, did you have strong faith then? Was your faith a part of the equation when you lost your husband, when you got diagnosed with rheumatic fever and you had the stroke, and then even when you got lupus? Was you a strong Christian at that point in your life yet?
So at the stroke and the rheumatic fever, no, because I was a child. But when my husband died, I knew God for myself. I believed in God. However, when he died, and I'm going to be honest, and I like to be very transparent with people, you're from Queens. I don't know if you know Brooklyn, but Woodhull Hospital, when I came out, it was me and my mother-in-law, God rest her soul. She has passed on since then. It was like everything looked different. When I tell you the sky didn't look blue, the buildings looked fake. It looked like somebody had drew them. The streets didn't look real. And at that moment, I said, I am being tested, and God, this is not what I was expecting. Like, I did not expect my husband to die. I expected him to go in. He was a healthy guy, bodybuilder. I thought he was just going to go in, get his surgery, and come out. Yeah, 7 days later, he was gone, like not on this earth anymore. That, talking about life-shattering.
Yes.
And I'm from Queens and living in Brooklyn. I only been there for a year, so I didn't know anyone. It was hard. But at that moment, I met a young woman. I knew her already, but I got closer to her. And her brother-in-law was a minister. And her sister-in-law was a deaconess. And I said, you know what? And, they were very nice. She was like, let me pray for you. Let me bring you food. And I said, well, where's the church? I want to, go to the church. And she was like, you do? And I said, yeah. And that foundation from there really, really, really helped me mentally to help my children grow in church, and they knew about church. And again, old school, we were in church all day. We would be there all night, 3-4 times a week. So my kids knew about the church life. And I'm thankful for that. Till this day, I'm thankful for that because a lot of people will say, oh my goodness, your kids are so respectful, so well mannered, and I do believe that was a part of God in our life with that.
So now talk to me about the diagnosis for lupus. How did that come about? And tell the people what lupus is, because a lot of people don't know. I lost my sister-in-law to lupus, and I really don't even know much about it. My brother's wife had lupus, and she died probably about 10 or 15 years ago. I know that from what I heard about it, it's a painful thing. So please share with us. And you don't look like a person who's been diagnosed with anything, because I know you don't receive the diagnosis. See, that's the thing, y'all. You don't have to be your diagnosis, okay? So first, before we talk about that, what is lupus?
So lupus is an autoimmune disease. There are 3 or 4 different ones. Like Nick Cannon, the celebrity, he has kidney nephritis.
Does he?
Then Selena Gomez, she has the kidney one. So I have SLE, systematic lupus erythematosus, and mine affect the inside of the organs. So like my heart, my lungs, my kidney, and all that. So before I was diagnosed with it, I was very sick. And if there's any men in here, please excuse what I'm going to say, but my menstrual cycle was super, super heavy. It was like somebody shot me. And it would last for 2 weeks. I was losing a lot of blood. Doctors didn't know. So when you get lupus or you're finding out if you have it, you go through a lot because they didn't pinpoint it. And of course, I'm old school. I'm going to do my own research. I don't need you to tell me what I got. God's going to tell me. So, and everything kept coming back to lupus, lupus, lupus. So I told my doctor, I said, I need to be tested for lupus. And he said, well, there's really not a test for lupus. They tested me for cancer, where you have to go in and you're in the doctor's office all day, and you have to get dye in your arm. You have to go in these machines, and the cancer treatment, the test for cancer is like almost $6,000. I had insurance, and you have to get a pre-authorization from the doctor. So I got all that. Well, it came back, I didn't have cancer, which was good, but now I got to pay this bill.
Wow.
So they did all the other tests for cancer, breast cancer, everything. They knew about the rheumatic fever, nothing. Finally, there's a thing that they can do for lupus. I want to say pH, but I think I'm saying it wrong. But it's something that they test you for. And they tested me, and the ANA, that's what it is. The ANA was super, super high. And I used to have migraines. I used to have high blood pressure. Then my pressure would be low. The only thing, I never lost weight.
Wow.
I'm like, well, how all these people be losing weight when they get sick? It was like I gained weight. I did not lose weight. And finally, when I got the diagnosis of lupus, and this is what made me be like, you know what, God, you didn't bring me this far to leave me. I had to get chemo. And I had dreadlocks, which were this long. I had original dreadlocks this long. And when you're going through medical treatment, especially as a Black woman, you need to do your own research.
Yes.
So at first I was not going to take the cancer. I was not going to do the chemo. And I tried to do like a trial, and it wasn't good. So I had to wind up doing the chemo. I did the chemo for 5 days a week for 4 hours a day from 8 a.m. to noon. And from there I would go to work.
Wow.
I did that for about 3 months. And when I tell you all of my dreadlocks came out in 6 weeks, out, gone. They was like, you're not going to lose your hair. It's only low dose chemo. They lied.
Wow.
They lied. All my dreadlocks came out.
Chemotherapy, I've heard people say, can be kind of hard on the body too. And I'm so glad that you came through all of that. Now, you said something about ANA. So if somebody has any kind of symptom, if somebody was watching this and you said that it's hard to pinpoint lupus, what is a sign that maybe somebody might say, maybe I need to go ask for that test? Outside of reading, is there any particular symptom that someone should be aware of that could potentially mean maybe you want to go get that test, or ask them to test your ANA?
Definitely chest pain. bone, leg, arm, any kind of pain in your joints. If you have, a woman of cycle issues, your eyes, and that was another thing with lupus. I had to take the lupus medicine, and I also again did my own research. I was not going to do it. I did wind up doing it, and actually, it's the same medicine that they gave to people that would take COVID when it first started.
Wow.
And Plaquenil is what it was, and I took it for 3 months. And when I tell you my vision was shot, I was like, nope. They was like, well, you can't just stop the medicine. You have to go off slowly. I stopped and I prayed. And I said, Lord, no. And I stopped my medicine on my own, and with the grace of God, I do not take Plaquenil till this day.
That affected your vision?
Yep. And it tells you that. It said this will affect your vision. So now when I drive at dusk, I have to wear these special glasses. And they already fitted for my eyes, yeah. So when it get dusk, wherever I'm at, I cannot see. Like, I literally can't see.
So now somebody typed acid also. Is acid a part or a symptom or something with acid? I'm not sure.
Like acid reflux? Is that what they mean?
Gina, are you referring to something with lupus when you type acid? Because I noticed that you typed acid when she started talking about chest pains and things like that. She said exactly. So acid reflux.
Yeah.
So Gina must be. So are you familiar with lupus also, Gina? You had a family member or someone to have that? Because one of the things I always like to do is educate people, inform people. We are each other's keepers, so if we can share something that we learned on our journey that can help. Like you said, an ANA, your ANA is high. What test?
Definitely joint pain. If you have a lot of joint pain, not arthritis, like this is pain, like it hurt, and exhaustion. Like if you are exhausted, like there are days, and still, where I can't even turn the remote control on the TV because I'd be so exhausted. I know you guys see me with a lot of energy, but it's not always like that. There are some days when, lupus say, sit down, I got to sit down.
And you have to listen to your body, so I'm so happy that
you have to listen to your body.
Especially
Black women.
So
in my opinion, I feel we don't get the as much care as we need for our medical. So definitely do your own research. It is affected. A lot of Black women are affected by lupus between maybe 25 to maybe like 45 in that range. Oh, wow. And it could be different, but approximately.
She said,
hello, everybody coming in. Thank you for being here.
She said chemo is like, she said she thinks chemo is like acid.
Oh, like chemo. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had low dose chemo, but still, I had iron transfusion and I had blood transfusion. So I had went to my doctor, and I was super tired, and they took some blood, and I was working at a major university, and he called and it's like, you need to leave right now and go to the emergency room. You need a blood transfusion. So I'm sitting up there at work like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm feeling good. And he was like, no, you need to go. And when I went in, the doctor was like, are you okay? You shouldn't be sitting up. You should be unconscious. And I was fine. But yeah, I did have to wind up getting a blood transfusion and iron transfusion, and my whole arm was black and blue because iron is hard on your body, and I'm a hard stick. So I went through a lot, but
you
thank
still
God.
You're walking in favor, young lady. So
but God.
About when you made the decision. So when you went upstate, did you get a job and you working? And so when did you become? Are you a full-time entrepreneur now? When did you make that transition?
No, not full-time.
Okay.
I wish.
When did you create Verne Junk Closet? How did that come about? And tell the people what that is and about your mission with Verne Junk Closet.
Okay, so how I came up with Vernes Junk Closet is because I was adopted at birth, and I literally still to this day don't know anything about my birth family. This is my mama. So if anybody know this picture or it look familiar to you, this is my birth mom.
Oh, wow.
This is my birth mom. I hope you guys can see that.
Oh, beautiful.
So she died giving birth to me, and I don't know my siblings. And back in the day, they used to put on your birth certificate how many siblings you had born prior to you. So I have 6 other siblings that are living. Well, I don't know if they're still alive, but I have 6 other siblings that are older than me. And I don't know them. I don't know their name. I don't know anything.
Wow. Have you ever thought about going on one of these shows and getting somebody to help you find it? Or maybe even submitting what is that online? It's an online search you do. I can't think. I'm having a blank moment. You know what I'm talking about. What is
Mhm.
it? Online search where you can find your family members and they check you.
Well, I actually did Ancestry.
That's it.
That's one. And I also did just research on my own. And I was supposed to be on the show Long Lost Family, but then COVID hit.
Wow.
And I did find one birth cousin who I'm still in love with till this day. Her name is Adrian. I love you, Adrian. I don't know if she's gonna come on. She might. But she's the only bloodline birth family member that I know. She's the only one. And that is through the DNA. So when I started YouTube, the whole purpose was to let somebody see my face and say, oh, maybe I know her. They hear my story. Maybe that's my sister. Maybe that's my cousin. So I started out doing Facebook videos about, this is my name, this is my mom, and I have the picture. And then when I came on YouTube, I said, well, YouTube is bigger. Let me see if that'll work. And still nothing. And then it just turned into what it is now. But that's how God works. God says,
but that's
it's in His time and not mine.
So what I gathered from that, ladies and gentlemen, is if you know who your family is, count that a blessing. Because there's some people like this young lady just told you, because her mom passed away while she was having birth to her, she never met her family. She has siblings.
Nobody.
So for those of you out there who always having sibling rivalry and you getting on each other's nerves, count it a blessing and just get over it. Like, get over it and just find a way to get along, because that is amazing. And somebody sent me a request, but I don't know who you are and you don't have a picture on your name, and I'm sorry. So I don't particularly.
And you're doing an interview.
Let anybody. Well, no. I bring people in that may want. If you had somebody who knew you and they wanted to give you your flowers and they know who you are and they want to, I allow people to partake in the interview.
Okay.
And we have a great dialogue like that. Like if somebody knows Vern, and if Vern has touched you personally and she has helped you in any kind of way with her different channels, then I definitely do give you the opportunity to come on. Now is a great time. During this show, I would love for you to come on and just tell her how much she means to you, because I like people to get their flowers while they're still alive. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes we don't get that. But so I would love if there was a way that we could continue that search for you to help you find your siblings or any family members, because that would be amazing. If there's somebody out there that's watching this, if you do the replay and you have a resource and you know how to go about helping family members find one another, maybe we need to send this to somebody like a Maury or different people. I mean, if you're out there, whether you're big or small, and you have a resource, help us out. Help us out. So now because
I do feel that I don't know anyone that looks like me. I don't know anyone that has the same bloodline, except for my one cousin, and she's like my third cousin. So, but I don't know anyone. And if you have a sister and brother, you be like, oh, that's my sister. We got the same mother, or we got the same father, or whatever. Maybe the same mother and father. I can't say that. I literally don't know anyone, and it's just her and I.
And you can have nieces and nephews. Somebody asked, are you still on YouTube? Someone asked, are you still on YouTube?
Yes, Vernes Young Closet. I am always on YouTube and Instagram. I'm always on here.
In the comment, type it so I can pin it so they can follow you. Someone else asked, does your cousin know anyone? Does your cousin have any leads, perhaps?
No, we are still researching and working together, and we're still trying to connect the dots. The only thing that we came up with so far is that we have the same great grandfather, and that is one name that we definitely have in common. And we did the DNA, so we do know that we're definitely related.
Okay. Oh, Woody, I see you. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Vern, man. I mean, she has Vern Junk Closet. She was telling us her story. She has overcome so much. This young lady, when you hear her story, a lot of times when you hear people's story, it makes you realize that maybe you shouldn't be complaining so much. Maybe you really should be counting your blessings, and you should be picking yourself up and going on about your business, because you really don't have it as bad as you think you have. Or not even bad, but you really haven't gotten the hand that you thought you had dealt. Like a lot of people what you have to do, like you do when you sit down and play a game of spades, you have to play the hand you dealt. You have to play the hand you dealt and take whatever you have. And now you heard her say she built the foundation of faith. Now you come on here and you are such an inspiration. You come on the mornings and you fire us up. How did you get to that point?
So after I was doing the YouTube, again, I became the YouTube cheerleader on YouTube. So I help a lot of people. And that's just my nature. That is how God made me. Even though I don't know my family, I tend to attach to people a lot. I tend to love people like deep. So after I was on YouTube and I was doing finance and I was doing, information on how to help people, everybody was like, you're so helpful. You're like our cheerleader. You should be the YouTube cheerleader. So that's how I got the name, the YouTube cheerleader. And it just stuck. But yeah, so as I'm going through my journey and I'm being, thanking God that I'm still here. Because like you said, I was diagnosed with COVID just about 6 weeks ago, which I totally was fearful of getting COVID because of my lupus. And I made sure I was super careful. I was clean, hand sanitizer, gloves, everything. So when I recently just got it, I was shocked. I was like, how did I get it? Miss Careful. Even my boss was like, I can't believe you got COVID. Yeah. So anyone can get it.
How did you know you had it? Were you around somebody or did you have a headache?
So what happened was I went to a business event that Monday at one of the local universities, and I was so excited to go. It was for, business. The next day, Tuesday, I had a scratchy throat, but you don't equate that with anything. You just think it's the weather because, we still get snow. We were still getting snow at that time. So I said, well, maybe it's just the weather. And then Wednesday, I got this severe cough. Like when I tell you I couldn't stop coughing, it was like my lungs were on fire. But I never had any problems breathing, but I had every other symptom of lupus.
Wow.
So that day I came home. I only worked half a day that day. I told my boss, I said, something's not right. So I came home. I took the home test. 2 seconds. It was positive. So I'm freaking out. I actually have a video up on my channel.
I saw that video with the panic attack.
Do you tell, girl, nobody was home. I didn't think it was going to be positive. I really didn't. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't. And when it came back positive, I literally freaked out. I freaked out. So after I gained my composure, I called my boss, and he was like, just go take the PCR at the local pharmacy. So they was like, well, we don't have any appointments today. You got to come in the next day. So I took it Thursday, and my results came back positive on Saturday. But guess what? I was sick that whole time. Like, I was severely sick. My sister-in-law is a nurse practitioner. I was going to go to the hospital. And she said, for what? And she said, can you breathe? I said, yeah, I have breathing problems. But I had a temperature. I couldn't eat. I couldn't move. And she said, get up. And I was like, get up. She said, go stand outside on your porch in the sun. And I'm like, I can barely move. She said, it doesn't matter. Get up. You can't just lay in the bed with COVID because your lungs. So I got up. I did that. I felt better for like 20 minutes. And then I had to go back to bed because, again, I was exhausted. With lupus and COVID, it was kind of, touch and go there. And then, so I was down from Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. Sunday, I started feeling okay. And then Monday, I felt like a little bit normal. But yeah, I had 102 temperature for 4 days. I couldn't eat. I couldn't taste. My body aches. It was worse than the flu. And that's when I knew. I was like, something ain't right. This is not the flu.
Did you take the vaccine?
Yes, I have the vaccine.
Vaccine, the boosters, all that stuff? Yeah.
So I don't have the booster. I just took the first vaccine in December after I thought about, let me just go ahead and take it because of my lupus. And in January, I took the second shot. So I'm not even eligible to take the booster until next month. So.
Well, somebody put in Airborne. Airborne is good, Gina. I do like Airborne. It's really good.
Airborne, Buckley, Robitussin. Look, I try to take everything. Old school soup, lemon, everything, tea,
so
lavender, peppermint.
Well, I want to tell you, Miss Cheerleader, that you truly are amazing. I mean, like, you are inspiration to have gone through everything you have gone through.
Thank you.
Just popping in. She lost her mom at childbirth. Her mom died giving birth to her. I mean, she was adopted at 3 weeks old, rheumatic fever at 4, stroke at 9, diagnosed with lupus in 2012, and then COVID. Husband passed away unexpectedly with 4 children. She had to move to another state, and she did all of this, and then she's out here cheering everybody else on. She's out here, she's working, and she's into entrepreneurship. And she has a YouTube channel. I know you're on all platforms from TikTok and everything,
Yes.
and you're helping people. I saw a video you did today where you were telling people something. I need to get with you, too, because I have so much stuff out there. I have so much stuff out there. Please drop me your number. We need to talk because I really do. I have so much stuff out there that I'm getting ready to really start doing some things with it. But,
Sure.
So what is your mission now? Now you started out looking for your family, and now you are this cheerleader on YouTube, and you are an inspirational person. You start out in the morning with a prayer or a scripture here on IG.
Mm-hmm.
So what next? What do you foresee yourself doing next? By next year this time, what is your goal?
So my main thing is to try to find somebody in my family. That's really the first thing. But the second thing is I consider myself an elevationist. I don't like to be called a coach. I don't think I'm a coach because I don't got it all together. So, I'm still flawed. But I think I'm an elevationist because I'm definitely going to elevate you. I'm a motivational speaker. I am here to inspire, encourage, and to uplift. We have so much negativity, especially black women, black men, black children. We already have enough against us. So why not help someone to see that they are loved, they are worthy, they need to be here. You have a purpose. So that is my main thing in the morning here on Instagram, is to start your morning off with elevation and excitement. You are awoke. You are here on Instagram in the morning. What are you complaining about? Why are you upset? Why are you mad? What are you crying about? You should be happy. There's some people that didn't make it. I'm in upstate, so I'm not too far from Buffalo. We just had that terrible tragedy. People went to the grocery store. Then we had the terrible tragedy in Uvalde. And what are you mad at? You need to tell me, because help me understand. Make that make sense, because I don't get it. And then you want to be on social media nitpicking, petty with somebody? Really? It's too much going on. I don't have time for that, and I'd rather uplift you and have you smiling, because you see me in the morning. I'm like, we in the morning. I know it's early, but baby, we need to be happy to be alive. Listen.
Yeah. So you're the cheerleader. You give us inspiration, and you also do provide a lot of resources and a motivation tip. I want you to type your YouTube channel and everything in here, and if we don't get it in here now, make sure we put it in here so when we post this, they can get to you. You said you're a motivational speaker. How can people reach you if they would like for you to come and speak somewhere? And what does it take to do that? Do you give them your email, or however you like them to contact you to do that?
Okay. So the main thing is how you can reach me is definitely here on Instagram. And my name is Vern Junk Closet on all platforms. On Facebook, if you go to my Instagram, if you go to my link tree, all of my information is there. And you can book a clarity call if you just want to talk. There is a free session. And there are also paid sessions. So if you would like me to speak at your church, at your any virtual events or anything like that, you can get over there and hit me up there. There is a fee for those, so I do want to be honest and let people know there is a fee. But I'm for commission. I'm a business person, so yes, there's a fee for those things. I am there to hire for commission. And definitely on my Facebook page, but on Instagram, you can definitely check me out here. You can check me out on YouTube, and I also have a Gmail, and again, it's junkcloset2@gmail.com if you want to reach me on there.
Now, let me ask you something. Is there a book in the making? Because you have a story to tell. Have you ever thought about a book?
Oh, yeah. There is definitely a book in the making, and I am so excited to tell my journey and my story, and hopefully it will not only inspire, and I just didn't want to use that word inspire, but I wanted to touch somebody. I want somebody to see, wow, you went through that. And I do want to say this. Let me put this in there. Living in Brooklyn and with somebody getting shot in front of your door, people driving on the sidewalks. You know, we from New York. Trained. Come on now. If I can make it through that, and you haven't went through any of that, baby, you got this. So definitely, I want to make sure I'm touching someone. I want to write my story. Yeah, write it.
There's a writer, and I need to get her in here. I don't know if she's in here right now. She's actually a writer, and she can help. I wrote 4 books. I have 2 of them already out, and she's helping me with my next one. And then I have a documentary coming out, so she's going to help me put some stuff together. Shout out to you, Daddy's little girl. I need you, Daddy's only girl, to hit me up. I was looking for you the other day. Please send me a DM. I was looking for you the other day. DM me so that I can make sure that we talk. So just go send me a message today, please, because I said I want you to tell your story. You don't know where to start. Well, send me a message, because I know we talked about getting you on story time too. And we got people that can help you. You did? I didn't get it. Send me another one.
It doesn't matter that you don't know where to start. Just start. Just doodle. Just start writing it. Just putting it down. Don't worry about getting it in order. They'll get it in order. Just do it.
Get it out of you.
You know.
Like, even if you, what I did when I wrote mine is I just sat down with a pen and paper and I just started writing. Sometimes you might put things in chronological order. It's first of all, you have to decide what do you want to write about. If it's just your life story, then you got to come up with the title. Like the title is, you know, some people want to write specifically about something they overcame. So that's good. So we're gonna look for your book. Do you have a website also?
So my website is in the works. It's not fully functional yet, so I'm not, letting people know about it yet. But definitely through Instagram, through Gmail, those are the best ways.
I love Linktree. Linktree is awesome because you can click that.
I love Linktree.
You can go to everywhere from there. So support her. Click the arrow on the top and go to Verne Junk Closet. Look her up on YouTube. When do you do your sessions? Tell the people when you go live and when do you have your YouTube segments and how they can listen to those.
So I'm going to tell you guys about that, but I also want to let you know that the whole point of this is, again, to be elevating. So I also have a t-shirt line, and it's through my Spreadshirt shop. It's also in my link tree here on Instagram. And when you wear those shirts, you will feel empowered, you will feel elevated, you will feel inspired, because it's all positive over negative. It's definitely a positive thing. So definitely when you support me on the motivational side, you can also get the motivational tees, because they're all about positive. So I call them my positive tees. That's what I call them. But yeah.
I love it.
So I go live
We have so much in common.
on Monday through Friday, 7 a.m.-ish Eastern time on Instagram in the morning, because I want you to wake up. Again, I want you to wake up feeling amazing, because sometimes you may not hear that throughout the day. And if I tell you I love you and God loves you, that may make your whole day go amazing. So definitely there. And then on YouTube, I go in the afternoon, Monday through Friday at noon. And it's basically a recap from the morning, but also, maybe you didn't hear me in the morning and you'll hear me in the afternoon. And sometimes people, and this is the thing that I'm in love with, people will send me messages. People will send me cards. I have a P.O. box. People send me gifts in the mail, and they'll just say, thank you for your inspirational words. You are so encouraging. I wanted to give up life. I wanted to, take my life. I wanted to quit social media. I didn't want to do this. And they're like, just sometimes you'll say stuff, and it's like you're literally talking to me. And I tell them it's not me. It is definitely God. I take no credit. It is God, because I be wanting to talk about one thing, and honey, I start talking about something else, and it be for that person in the chat.
Yeah.
So you never know. We're on the World Wide Web. You never know who you are affecting. You never know who is listening to you. And I always say that you never know who is hearing you and what you say. And this is why we have to be careful what we say. Words do hurt. I don't like when people say words don't hurt. Words do hurt. This tongue, this member right here, don't you know you can make someone take their life by saying a nasty word to them?
Come on.
Or you can and you can elevate them. If you go to the grocery store and you see someone having a bad day and you just tell the cashier, thank you, honey, you know, you look beautiful, I like your shirt, I like your lipstick, I like your hair, or anything. That could be the only compliment she get, because you don't know what she's going through at home. Maybe she's getting beat at home. Maybe she has kids at home, and, you know, anything could be going on. So what you say can help people. You can make a difference.
And we need to be more conscious and aware of one another. We really do. We need to spread more hope. You know, my mission is to do that. I'm a hope catalyst. So we have to, you know, we are each other's keepers, because it's rough out here right now. We're living in a time where we can't figure out what's happening, and we don't need to try to figure it out. If you have any type of faith, just exercise your faith. We need to encourage one another. We need to pray for one another, for those who do pray. I mean, we really do, because there's a lot happening out here that we just can't. People are going through emotionally, spiritually, financially, physically. You know, they're going through everything. A lot, you know. So, Vern, any big projects coming up for you besides your book?
Yes, I am going to be on a panel next month. I think it's on the 3rd. Let me grab my calendar. I have to have a calendar, honey, because I'll be done went through all this. Yeah, on the 17th, I'm going to be on a panel on the 3rd. And I also do interviews on my YouTube channel. And most of the time, it's about people that have amazing stories, or it's about content creators or business owners. Sometimes people have a business and they just need that extra step. And if they come over to me, maybe people don't know what they have. They can have lotions or soaps or, you know, hair products or anything. And you never know. So
how can they, if someone's watching this and they're interested in being on a YouTube channel, where do they need to contact you?
So definitely contact me here on Instagram. That is the fastest and easiest way to get to me. You can contact me through Gmail. You may have to do two, because sometimes I don't always look at my Gmail, because I like to say I'm always booked, busy, and blessed. So I stay, like today I did 3 things today. So I'm always on the go. But I do try to make time to help others. And you have to remember, this is not even about you. It's not. It's about others. It's about making other people's lives better. Because I'm quite sure, and if not, I'm sorry it didn't happen to you, but I'm quite sure there had to be somebody in your life that maybe talked to you, gave you a kind word, or maybe said, girl, you need to stay up off that corner, or girl, you need to go to school, or whatever. You know, we all have those people. Well, back in our day, we had people who our neighbors could tell us stuff, and your parents would still come, and you would still get a spanking. You can't do that today.
No, you can't.
You can't do that today, because then the parents want to fight you.
It's a whole different
You know world. I'm telling the truth.
I mean, like, when we came up, if our parents didn't get us, our neighbors did. And today, you don't even know your neighbors. You don't even want to know your neighbors. It's scary time. It's a scary time. And I know
very scary time.
I don't live in the spirit of fear, but I'm just saying it's a whole different type of world we live in. So, if you have not already done it, click the arrow on the top and make sure you join her. Somebody said you are absolutely amazing, Fern.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Both of things for us.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you haven't started, now that young lady who wrote it, Queen on the Rolling Throne, she's powerful. She has a story. She has a heck of a story to tell.
Okay.
She's in a wheelchair, and she's a fashion queen in a wheelchair, and she's amazing too. She's been one of my guests on my
God
show.
Bless you.
And if you look at her picture, she's beautiful. And she does not let her situation stop her. That's what it's all about. That's why we come out here and share these stories, so we can know. And I don't want to keep you too long, because I know that you said you did 3 things today. What is a message that you would like to leave with the people when they think of Verne, when they think of Verne Junk Closet, when they think of you? What do you want people to think of?
I want you to know that if you come into my space, it doesn't matter what platform you're on, I want you to know that you're definitely going to feel loved, even if you've never felt love in your life or no one ever told you they love you. I'm going to make you feel loved. I'm going to elevate you. I want you to come into my space and be like, wow, when I go to her channel, I feel the love when I walk in. I want you to know that I'm definitely going to elevate you and inspire you. You're definitely going to laugh. And guess what? You may even cry, because I have cried on my YouTube channel. I have prayed with people. You know, I don't throw stones, because I have a glass house, baby. And listen, if you have a glass house too, you shouldn't be throwing no stones either.
None.
And stop judging people. You know, and this is what I tell people too. Stop letting people project their opinions on you.
Come on.
If you want to be a content creator, you do it. If you want to be a business owner, don't let nobody stop. And I don't care who it is. It could be your mama, daddy, sister, brother, anybody. You go and do what makes you happy, because guess what? You have to live your life. You are in charge of your life. You are the architect of your life. And you may want to be, again, a content creator. And anybody says, you're too old, you're too young, you're too black, you're too fat. That's a lie from the pits of hell. That's a lie from the pits of hell. You can be whatever you want to be.
As a man thinketh,
Whatever.
so is he. That's what the word says. If you think it, if you conceive it, and you believe it, you can achieve it. You know.
Sure will.
You can do that. You know.
I wouldn't be where I am now if I didn't have faith. And let me just tell you, anybody in this chat, you don't need great big faith. You need faith of a mustard seed. That's all you need.
Mustard?
That's all you need. You have a prayer life. You have faith. You know that God can and God will bring you through any situation.
Anything.
Do you hear me? I don't care what it looked like. I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been in the mud.
Yeah.
I've been in the mud, in the dirt.
Not even in
but
the mud.
God.
Come on now, not just the
God
mud,
will bring you out.
She's been through more than you can imagine. I mean, come on now. The girl doesn't know who her family is. That alone, that right there alone. Anybody who goes back and plays this, if you know anything, I'm going to say it again. We got to help her find her family. That is huge. And she's giving back to us. She's giving back to us. But, and here's the thing. You don't have no identity issues. You don't have no esteem issues. You're standing on God's shoulders. Anyhow.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? So that just goes to show you that no matter what you've been through, you're bigger than whatever your circumstance is.
That's right.
No matter what you
And God is bigger than that. God is bigger than your problems.
God is bigger than all.
God is bigger than your problems. And let me tell you, you don't know how strong you are until you go through something.
Come on now.
And if you don't learn and grow through what you go through,
come on now.
Baby, you didn't learn your lesson. Everybody make mistakes, and it's okay. You're human.
Yes.
You're going to make a mistake. We still make mistakes.
Yes.
But just know that you have to know who you are and whose you are. You are a child of God.
Yes.
I've been there, and he will bring you through, and he will wash your sins white as snow. It doesn't matter what you did 15, 20 years ago. You can't tell my story. You can say what you want. Yeah, I was in the projects, but you ain't going to try to make no fun out of me and tell me, oh, you lived in the projects. Yep, I sure did.
Girl, please,
I sure did.
125th Street, between 1st and 2nd Avenue, Harlem,
Listen.
all day. That's where my roots began. In Harlem.
Okay.
All right. So
Listen.
It's not where you started, it's where you finished. Okay? It's not where you think you are. You just have to know what you know. And, you know, don't let nobody take that away from you. You know, just go ahead and go for what you want. I mean, she said it. I mean, you're talking to somebody who has had every reason to want to give up, every reason to be down and out, every reason to be just, you know, have low self-esteem and no ambition. But you see the total opposite. The total opposite. So if you're watching this live, I'm encouraging you. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It wasn't your time yet. Daddy's only girl. You said I'm not. You said I'm not ashamed. You said, oh, I am not ashamed. Okay. I'm not sure what you meant by that. You said I did too, and I'm not ashamed. And you know one thing I'll say, young lady,
maybe she mentioned that.
She always engages. That's one thing I noticed. That's why I want you to DM me, because I'm gonna talk to you. She's always engaging. So I know that she's reaching out. You understand what I'm saying? This internet is a powerful, powerful thing.
It sure is.
It's powerful. But I just want to thank you, Vern, for coming. Are there any?
Yeah, well, I do want to just say one thing. Make sure you have a prayer life.
Yeah.
Make sure you have faith. Make sure you know what kind of God you serve, because God is a big God. He could bless you today. You could be homeless today and you be living in a mansion tomorrow, because that's how good he is. Okay?
Yes, he is.
And You got to trust the entire process. Everything is a process.
Yeah.
So trust that process and know that God has your back and will bring you through any situation. I was a widow at 23 with 4 babies. If I can stand up on here on a platform of social media, come on now, listen, so you can do it. You can come through it.
Yes.
Yes, I cried. Yes, I sweated. Yes, I labored. Yes. Yes, I was in the pothole, but I came out.
Yeah.
It's not what you go through, it's how you come out.
Yes.
It's how you stand and know that God is able. Because he will bring you through, baby. Shining, I'm telling you. I've been there. When people hear my story, they still are like, what? Yeah, I've been through that. I've been through it. Yeah, I cried. I still cry some days. I still, be like, oh, man, like what would life would have been like, or stuff like that. But
Come
God.
on, that
but
song,
God.
there's a song that says, I won't complain. I had so
I won't
many
complain.
days.
Crystal, let me tell you something.
Woo!
When I caught COVID, the devil was in this ear. Where you got it now? Where you got it now? You getting ready to die. You got lupus. You got COVID. And you got 102 temperature. You're not going to make it. But God said, no, my daughter, you shall live and not die.
Come on now. And that's why
you shall live and not die.
It's so important that you feed your spirit. You have to continually feed your spirit, because there's going to be some times when you have to tell the devil, flee. You understand what I'm saying? There's going to be some times when you got to cast that thing
Get
down.
thee behind.
You have to have the power of the tongue. The word that you speak out your mouth, even though there's going to be some times it's not going to look like you want it to look. You still have to, yes, you are alive and you're not dead. You better speak that thing. You got to speak those things into existence as though they already were. Not the way they are and not the way they look, but the way you want them to be. Claim them. And I'm going to say this. Don't wait until you see it to believe it. Confess it and thank God for it in advance.
Right.
That's when you put
Speak it till you seek it.
Faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. So the faith comes when you start to activate your faith and say, Lord, I thank you for that job. Woo, thank you for that money in the bank. Thank you for that husband. Thank you for my healing. And you feel the total opposite. Total opposite. So that's what you have to do. But ladies and gentlemen,
and stop thinking small, because God is a big God. You the one that put the small thinking. Because when God starts to bless you and start to give you more and abundant than what you ever thought of, you the one gonna look like Boo Boo the Fool, sitting there like, what? Yeah, because God already said He's gonna supply all your needs. Don't you know He's your friend, your lover, your healer? He's whatever. He's whatever you need Him to be. Alpha and Omega, beginning and the end.
Oh, come on now.
Y'all better act like y'all know what kind of God there is.
That's it. And anybody who out there who understands the word, they know they hear the word flowing out the sister's mouth. She said it. The author and the finisher of your faith. That's what it's all about. And I see a couple of people touching and agreeing, and they putting the words and they putting the things up here. Thank you so much. You have to be specific. That's right. Say what you want and mean what you say. And just don't stop. Don't give up. Ladies and gentlemen.
He's a way maker. God is a way maker. Believe me. I've never went hungry. And don't you know, even when I thought, oh, wow, my kids got food. They got meat and potatoes, but I have to eat bread. Don't you know there was always somebody, a miracle. God always will send a person to provide for you. Somebody may pay for your groceries for a year. Maybe somebody give you $500. Maybe you find $1,000. Listen, that's how God works. Don't you know all the miracles that He did in the Bible, and all you want is a little old house and a little old car? You don't think He could give you that? You could be jobless today. By Friday, you going to have 5, 6 jobs where you have to pick the job that you want at the salary you want.
That's it. But you have to.
I lost my job in 2020. I was in finance. I thought I was good. I was like, I ain't going to lose my job. I'm good. Honey, when they came to me on Friday the 13th in November and told me, your job is no longer here. Your job is, is gone. I said, okay. They was like, you ain't upset? I said, no. They said, why? I said, first of all, you're not the only job here. That's one. Yeah, we in a pandemic, but God's going to provide for me. And let me tell you, that was in November. I wasn't even able to collect unemployment until March. I started my job that I'm at now in May. Y'all can't tell me God ain't a provider.
And not only that, but one thing you have to understand, when one door closes, another one opens. And you can't
And
go
what
through
door
that
God
door.
opens can't no man shut. Can't no man shut.
You can't go through it if you haven't had that other door closed. So a lot of times God has a way of what you think was for bad is only for good. That's why they say all things work together for the good. So understand that. So just trust. Trust in him and lean not to your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will direct your path. He direct your path. You can't go wrong if you just trust and believe. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, we can go on and on and on, because when we start talking about God, then there is no ending. It's unlimited, I mean, we can just go on. But I won't keep you, but I want you to know that any way we can help you with your journey, you let us know. And let's stay in touch. I want you to make sure you send me your number so we can get together. And
I will. I'm going to put it right in the chat.
She's available for hire. She's available for motivation.
For commission.
And they also go support her YouTube channel. She has a YouTube channel, Vernes Junk Closet. Go to that channel.
Yep.
And Vern, you gotta follow mine. I don't know if you follow mine, Crystal Bodie Smith. I'm over there too, Crystal Bodie Smith. But we get ready to make some things happen. We got
on YouTube.
Queens. Yeah, girl. Girl, I got 1,000 videos over there. I got 1,000 videos on IG. I just came to IG. IG was like my last stop. That's what I'm saying. I have to really start doing some stuff. I have 1,000 videos on my YouTube, but I hadn't taken time. I've been creating, like you talking about content creator. I've been creating content for probably a decade, and didn't know what I was creating it for. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes God does things and you don't know what it's for. I didn't know I was creating it for such a time as this. So now I'm ready. I'm ready. But ladies and gentlemen,
I'm looking at you up right now.
Yeah. It's under my name, Crystal Bodie Smith. Crystal Bodie Smith, Hope Catalyst. If you Google my name, it comes up. Crystal
Okay, yep, you got 65 subscribers. I just subscribed, and I'm going to let my people know, too.
Because I never,
Oh, wait, no, that's not you. Hold on, that's not you. Hold on. I went to this one.
I have on a red dress, I think. It says Crystal Bodie Smith. But you know what? I never marketed it. That just came from me. I just created it, and I never marketed it. Is
that you with the blue symbol?
It's Bodie Smith. I have 2 channels. You want the one with the red dress?
Oh, you have 2. Okay.
That's my one that I use for my travel and other business that I do that I don't talk about much.
Oh, Global Connection,
Yeah. That's for my marketing and global, because I'm a global consultant and I do that too. So that's what that. But the red dress is the one you want, the Hope Catalyst.
I got that one. I just grabbed it.
Yeah. So that's the one.
Yeah, I don't know how many subscribers you have. It's not on.
But that's the one I need to get.
Oh, 120.
But that's the one where I got 1,000 videos loaded, girl. So I gotta get busy. That's why I said we're gonna get together.
Let me know. We'll get it for you.
But ladies and gentlemen,
did you want to get monetized for a stream of income?
Girl, come on now. That's all I'm all about.
Residual.
Come on, you're speaking my language, girl. That's
10 streams of income. Don't play, baby.
You gotta have it. You have to have it. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, that's why I said, you see, I'm a global marketing consultant. Like I said, I don't talk about me when I come out here, but trust me, I believe in multiple streams of income. I'm about to retire from my job in January, but but I have 6 other streams. I really have 7 from one company. Then I have 4 other ones. So I believe in multiple streams.
That's right.
You have to have it. There's no other way. And see,
especially us.
We need not just multiple streams, but the key thing is residual. Residual meaning do something one time and then you keep getting paid. I have checks that come to me and I'm not doing nothing. I'm getting paid. Sometimes my phone will say you just got paid. And I'm like, okay. Thank you, Lord. So that's what it's about. But ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much for
You're welcome.
Vern, God bless you, baby girl. God bless you for all that you've done.
Thank you.
I haven't seen where you get ready to go and the things you get ready to do. We're going to help you find your family, though. We're going to help you find your family for sure. Like, if you have a flyer or anything that you've ever made, send that to me. Like, if you've ever made anything that says, my name is, and I'm looking for anybody. Like,
I have a video.
Okay, send that to me, please, because I will push it.
What part of Queens you from?
Well, I was born and raised in Harlem on 125th Rackham Projects. Then I went to Hollis, Queens, Jamaica, Queens, right there. 197, right there. LL Cool J and all of them. Run DMC.
The red, black, and green rock, baby.
Jamaica Park, you know, and
I know you know that rock.
Yeah. But you know,
the red, black, and green rock. You ain't got no pictures with that rock.
No, because I stayed up on the Jamaica Avenue side, and so right there, like with Run DMC and them, you know, over there on Merrick Boulevard and everything. I didn't stay over there. I stayed over on Hollis Avenue, Jamaica Avenue. I stayed on that, and then I went to Jamaica. We both went to the same high school, Jamaica High.
Oh yeah, so Jamaica High, baby.
When I found that out, I was like, wow, it's a small world. You know? And there's another young man that he popped in here, D. I don't know if you know D. He's a bus driver in New York. He's a comedian. And he knows some of the people. I started naming people from the park. It's like, man, it's a small world out here. You know?
Wow.
So it's really good to connect with people out here that are, you know, doing good things. So I am so excited to get with you. Let's talk. And Daddy, little girl, Diggs for love. Thank you so much, Queen on the Rolling Stone. All you guys for coming through, man. We appreciate you, Regina. All of you that have come through. I appreciate each and every one of you. Share this video. And make sure you go subscribe to the YouTube channels.
Yes,
make sure
please.
You go subscribe to the YouTube channels. Make sure you follow her here on IG. And you're on TikTok too, right?
Oh yeah, I'm on TikTok. I love TikTok.
You know what? I don't push my TikTok that much because what happened was I started on TikTok thinking about monetization. My kids like, why are you on TikTok? Because I be dancing. Well, my Facebook is where I got monetized on Facebook before I did on TikTok. And I was like, oh, okay, because see, my Facebook, again, I got so many pages on Facebook, you know.
It is Vernes. Oh, hers is shout out Crystal. Swoop like me, you know me.
You know.
Oh, she wants to know your YouTube channel.
Crystal Bodie Smith. It's Crystal Bodie Smith, my name, CrystalBodie Smith. The Hope category. You see the red dress? It's got a red dress.
She got a red dress, yeah.
Yeah. So when you go there, you'll see it. And yeah, I appreciate you. It looks like what it look like. You can't miss it because
I just saw it. Yeah.
I have it looks like that. If you can see that, I got my little red dress on. You see me like that. I'm sitting in the chair.
Thank you, Daddy's Only Girl _1. I am gonna connect with you. I have your name down, and then I gotta get the other young lady name that you had told me. The Roland, the one in the wheelchair?
Queen on the Rolling Stone. Queen on the Rolling Stone.
Queen on the Rolling Stone.
She is something, girl. She's powerful. You have to do her. Ray Diva, what's going on? That's Ray Diva. That's the young lady you the three of us was online praying together. Ray Diva is a part of her and Dawn. TX Star came in. They do a conversation with Dawn every day, and it's really powerful. They have about 60 people.
And you had a great live the other day when I was on there at work. That was awesome. The day we were talking about the kids in Uvalde. That was a great one. When you was driving?
Oh, sometimes I just got my heart. I just, you know. That's what it is.
That was an awesome live.
But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to have a great Memorial Day holiday weekend.
Yes,
be safe. Enjoy your family. Remember what you heard her say. If you didn't get nothing else out of this, I mean, we talked about God and how powerful he is, but if you didn't get nothing else out of this, I talk a lot about family too because my mom, my dad, and my brother gone. They passed from cancer. It's just my sister and you don't know who your family is. I'm telling you right now, if you on this live and you know who your family is, like seriously, there are people who don't have theirs because either they're gone or they don't know who they are. So please reconsider, forgive, and connect with your family, man. You understand you're going to be different. It's okay. But I want to thank you for coming through. You know, my mission is to stir up the gift, instill life, and save life. That's her beautiful mother. We're going to help her find her mother, y'all.
Yes.
We're going to find your mom, man. We're going to find that. We're going to find your family members. You know,
family, I know.
Family is everything, man. We got to make sure the children. How old are your children now? Because you didn't talk much about them. How old are your children now?
They are adults. Thank goodness. I have a daughter and a son-in-law. Love them. They're military, actually, Army. They're retired.
Wow.
And, I have another daughter. She has 5 children. I have 12 grandchildren.
So you created your own family. So you have a network of family where you can still have that love and that energy and that energy. Excellent.
And my son, has a son, Lennox Lights. That's my grandson with the candles that has autism. And then I have 2 other grandchildren. So.
Oh, wow. That's it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, have a blessed night. Be good and be
Thank
ready
you.
for my next episode of Storytime. I can't even tell you, girl. There's so much. I got them scheduled from now to next. I don't even remember. But Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday. Wealth building. Wednesday. Is it Wednesday or Sunday? I'm going to put it up, y'all. I'm going to put a calendar. I have to because I have it booked from now through the end of June for every Wednesday and every Sunday. 12 o'clock on Wednesdays, not 12 o'clock, get it right, Crystal. Yeah, 12 o'clock on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and on Sundays at 9 p.m. You definitely want to check it out. I'm going to put the list up so you can see the title so you can get whatever's relatable to you. Because there might be somebody that you definitely want to see. You know how you see the TV programming? Check it out and see which one is like, oh, I need to be on that one. Ooh, set your alarm.
That's right.
Set your alarm. And go check her out in the morning, 7 o'clock.
Yes, please do. Come on over.
Tomorrow,
thank you so much, Crystal, for having me on here. I appreciate that.
You going to be there for Memorial Day in the morning, or you off tomorrow?
So I'm off tomorrow. If I get up in time, I will be there. I'm not stressing it.
You deserve a break. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Miss Dig. We appreciate you. Swoop like. Yeah, I see some of your people.
Yeah, if you guys are not connected with me, please do. I will get back to you. Again, thank you all for having me. Love and light, everybody. Go out there and spread love and light. Like, seriously.
We appreciate you guys. Share this video. I will send this to you as a collab, and when you get it, click accept, and it'll be on both our pages. God bless you all.
Yeah, because somebody was asking me, is it going to be recorded? So that's good. Thank you.
I'm about to post it right now, so it'll be on both. Have a blessed one, y'all.
Okay.
Happy Memorial.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.